Alrighty then, guys. Welcome back to a team game. We're going to be seeing TAPAH versus CAToneL. CAToneL. We're going to be starting off our game with a Darkseer ban and a Mirana ban. Mirana ban, kinda interesting to see that ban. I've been seeing a lot lately. The Mirana pickup, strong carry, strong push, has a lot of nuke down. Requires a few items, but is pretty good as utility. Darkseer also a good ban, really strong. They're just flying through these bans, good lord. And also they're going right through their picks as well. Lich, first pick by Cat. And this is gonna be interesting. I've been seeing Lich a decent amount more. He can lane push pretty well with the sacrifice. He has the uh, he has his ultimate, which can just joint people. But Outworld Devourer and Visage, yes, I personally love Visage. He's not played enough in pub games. Let's see if our player can play Visage well. OD, nasty mid player. I personally hate Outworld Devourer with a passion. Strong guy, has the most troll of abilities in the form of the Astral Imprisonment. And then he has the Illusionary Orbs to just throw so much damage on you. But now, waiting for the pickup from Cat. They go with the Naga Siren setup galore. So it looks like it's going to be a potential tri-lane in some cases, because the Naga Siren setup with the Lich. But again, flying through our bans. Nyx Assassin gets banned, along with Gyrocopter. Strong support could have benefited on TAPAH with the Nyx Assassin. Good initiation. But likewise, over on Cat, Gyrocopter, it would have been good in TAPAH's lineup. Also, the Nature's Prophet banned out. That's a lot of anti-push that they don't want to have to deal with. Bristleback also the ban for TAPAH. That's an interesting ban. I guess they don't want a lot of defensive heroes. And I'm noticing that a lot of their two of the heroes that they banned are very strong and hard to take down in the form of the Lifestealer and the Bristleback. But waiting for their next pickups here. It's really going to have to be another support or another core. And I'm guessing that they're going to pick up another core. That OD really shouldn't carry. Carry OD is okay. It's not great. How? I apologize ahead of time. I did not. I thought I set myself to busy. But nonetheless, we are going to be continuing through this draft. They're taking a little more time with this, considering the blast of a ban and pick phase that we had early on. TAPAH's taking their time with this one, and they really should, because their next few heroes could reveal what they're doing with their lineup. Right now it's going to be semi-push with the Visage later on, strong burst damage, and Crystal Maiden. They needed that lockdown, and they got it. OD has a decent lockdown with his Astral Imprisonment. Visage has his Familiars, but that's not till level 6. And you need that lockdown of the Frostbite and the Nova. Plus, they're not going to have any issues on the side of TAPAH as far as mana goes. They're going to have that regen from the Crystal Maiden and the Aura from OD. Good ban for TAPAH. That should round out their supports. And Kunkka! We're going to be getting Admiral Kunkka on Cat. Strong carry or core carry, depending on how you want to run him. If you want to run him in a 4 or 5 position. But he will be picked up. That's going to be very, very strong with its Naga Siren Lich. Lots of setup. Alchemist pickup for TAPAH. That's going to give them, I would think, their carry. Alchemist is, since the nerf to Alchemist, he's been a less viable carry, because he doesn't have that huge HP buff. However, his regen is still very, very strong. So, we'll now be seeing the next pickup from Cat. They have their 2 supports. They need more beef on their team right now. They're going to need another decent core. Something that can tank damage. Also dish it out. They have 2 melee right now, so it's advised picking for another ranged. As I say that, Silencer. An excellent pickup for Cat. Gives them a lot of initiation, can stop the Alchemist from throwing out one of those concoctions for setup, as well as stop the OD or the Visage. The Visage and the OD have a lot of their spells. Crystal Maiden also has spells. A lot of those tiers, except for the Alchemist, doesn't really have a lot of right click. Silencer is a gorgeous pickup. The problem is that it's probably going to be a mid lane Silencer versus OD, which I would say OD is favored in that, despite the fact that Silencer has that burn down of the curses. It's not as good as an OD's Astral Imprisonment. If the lane goes well, the OD should win that, although he shouldn't win it convincingly. We're going to have to wrestle with it a little bit, but it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Final ban's going to be coming out from these two teams. The concern that I would have for both of these teams right now is Cat. They have some decent beef right now in the form of the Kunkka, but they don't have they don't have someone who could stand in the front lines and really take all the damage that people like Visage, OD, even some of the Alchemist stuff that's going to be thrown out. So you need something that's going to be able to take a lot of damage. And on the side of TAPAH, they have strong burst damage. They just don't have a lot of. Never mind. They have to lockdown. They're missing another right clicker, I would say, because they have the Silencer now throws a wrench into their plans. Yeah, because they have a lot of lockdown, but the moment they get silenced, they have a lot of this. The initiation and the fight becomes very awkward because the OD, while he has right clicks, you don't have the orb, which negates a lot of your damage. But final ban is going to be a Magnus and a Clockwork ban out, and the Mag is good ban on the side of TAPAH. That would have given them even more setup on the side of Cat, and the Clockwork would have given TAPAH some initiation. That's something that they're kind of missing on TAPAH's side. They don't have solid initiation. They have a OD that can set up with an Astral Imprisonment. They have a Crystal Maiden that can set up with the Frostbite, and the Alchemist that has his shutdown, but nothing like a Kunkka, nothing like a Silencer, nothing definitely like a Naga Siren. So a smart ban coming out there. But I'm going to be waiting on the last pickup. They need an initiator. They need someone who could just jump in and do crazy stuff, and Timbersaw will absolutely do that. And it gives Cat someone they have to focus on now. Timbersaw, extremely strong. Anti-Mage. Interesting. So Anti-Mage will be the final pick out, be their hard carry, I would imagine. So Kunkka is going to be the core carry in this lineup. It's going to be interesting to see how they lane this. I'm thinking it's probably going to be a Naga Siren Anti-Mage dual lane with a Lich Kunkka dual lane hard. Maybe. And then a Silencer mid. Then over on top, I'm imagining it's going to be CM with the Visage and the Alchemist in the safe lane. Having Timbersaw hard lane, OD mid. They might choose to switch out the lanes here. Because right now the laning on Cat is a little bit more awkward than the laning for TAPAH. But we're going to be going into this game. Just a little troll steal right there. But let's introduce these teams. Over on TAPAH side, we will be going to have 888 on the Alchemist. Over to the Crystal Maiden, we'll have Maximus on the Crystal Maiden. Over to the Timbersaw, we'll have Kevin Spacey. Anyone miss him? Over to the OD, we'll have Z-Scream. And finally, on the Visage, we will have Ice Blood. I'm curious to see how he plans out because I personally love Visage. Over to the Radiant side, we'll have Zillar on the Lich. On the Anti-Mage, we'll have Rezild. On the Naga Siren, we will have Kate. And on the Silencer, we'll have CAToneL or VK.com, whatever you want to do. And then over on Kunkka, we'll have Templar. So the way these lanes look like they're going to be shaping up, it's going to be that Timbersaw bot. And speaking of Kunkka, wow. You want some pulled regen? 4 tangos. Shit. Interesting way of doing things. But Timbersaw, he's going to be warding their jungle, and if they saw him, they may. Do they have any? Nope, they have no sentry wards, so they can't stop this block. Which is unfortunate. It's going to make the supports have a little less gold. So it looks like it might be Kunkka mid with an Outworld Devourer, which is an lane in my opinion. But then we're going to have a defensive lane in the form of the Silencer, the Siren, and the Anti-Mage. Again, guys, I apologize. I thought I set myself busy, but I did not, apparently. So, we're going to be getting into this lane, the lanes. It looks like it's going to be a Lich solo top. He's going to have to be very careful against this lane because you have an Alchemist and you have the Crystal Maiden, both of which have very strong stuns. And then you also have The Visage with his burst damage is just going to be able to crush the opponent. Hang on a second. Silencer's waiting in the wings behind the Kunkka. And are they just going to harass this OD? Interesting play. I wonder if they're going to try and pull with it, but no. Silencer, he's going to be moving up. Or they have anything? Nope, he's just going to come up. Cuss that curse out. Just to wear the OD down, but that Silencer needs to rotate out of that lane, because that is not going to go well for him against an OD. But nonetheless, meanwhile, top lane, going to be having Lich in the hard lane. This is going to be... I think this is going to go decently well for Lich, because he has that sacrifice, and he's going to be able to get some good CS and experience solo. That'll give him his level 6 quickly, and he'll be able to get gold. Well, speaking of getting gold, that anti-mage, he is 6 and 3. Strong last hitting coming out of the anti-mage. Actually, both the Kunkka and the anti-mage are leading in the CS charts right now. However, Kunkka, he's lost a lot of mana. He doesn't really need it a whole lot, though, because he's got his Tidebringer. He's not going to be using that Torrent except for setup. He can just harass down this OD constantly as the lanes progress. But OD, likewise, can just keep stealing his intelligence, keeping him low, so he can't initiate. And it looks like we're going to be having a roaming Silencer. I have not seen this before. Doing a different bit of damage, starting to work on the Silencer. He's not going to be able to do enough damage to take him down, but just kind of shaking hands as he passes by. Meanwhile, top lane, Blast comes out just to keep the Alchemist away. Remind him that he is not invincible. And this Lich is basically just like the little dog barking at the big dog. Because there's 3 people over here, and this Lich is just like, fine. Let it push. Give me experience. I want my level 6 faster than you guys will get it. And Visage, he's pulling for his levels, but he's not able to get a double stack on this camp. So that's not really going to hurt his levels. It's just going to slow him down a little bit. Meanwhile, on bot lane, 17 for 4 on this anti-mage. He's already at 1k banked. Strong play coming out from Resild. And he's going to be able to have his items decently early. If he's going the Battle Fury build, he'll probably have it at around the 14-15 minute mark. If he has no delay, but hang on a second, mid lane, smoke up. We have the Astral Imprisonment on template. He is way too far out. Where's that, what's it called? The freeze. This could be very well freeze for Bro. He turns out he's going to try to get Z Extreme, but there's the Frostbite. Torrent up, not thrown. There's the slow. He got a lot of damage. Torrent up. He's going to hit him. No, it's going to whiff. And he's very low. There's the Soul Assumption. And we're going to have First Blood. No. He's got minimal health, but no, he'll go down. Crystal Maiden secures it with the Crystal Nova, but in the meantime, we have a rotation coming in for the Outworld of Valor. He's very low, 40 HP. He is bottling as much as he can, and he's going to get away fine with Siren in tow, but meanwhile, Silencer, he is way out. He is way out too far away from his buddies. Got a curse coming up on the Crystal Maiden, but that's just going to slow her down a little bit, and then Astral up, and he's going to drop 2 for 0 on the side of TAPAH. That couldn't have gone any better for them. It would have been nice to get that Naga Siren, but that rotation was just incredibly good for Crystal Maiden. A little bit wonky at the start of it. They weren't quite able to get the Frostbite, but they secured the kill nonetheless. The attempted rotation to assist was a nice gesture, but unfortunately it was not able to secure it. Meanwhile though, bot lane, Anti-Mage getting his farm as fast as possible, and he's not going straight Midas. He's going, not Midas, he's not going straight for that battlefield. But hang on a second, Astral up, Anti-Mage, he's kinda, what am I saying? He's an Anti-Mage, he has Blink, he's fine. He's gonna get away. But meanwhile, we got 3 heroes now rotating down bot, but they're not gonna look for a fight or try to mess around with the OD or the Timber Saw, so they're gonna fall back, get under this protection of their tower. And Image 13 for 7 at 5 minutes. He's hit about a third of all the last hits available. Very, very impressive play coming out from him. And he's going to have... He should have that Midas now. He should be having that flying out to him now just so he can take advantage of that early goal. Yep, there it is. Links to the side shop so he can get that Midas. And that's an interesting pickup. It's going to slow down his first item, though, which I'm guessing is going to be Yasha. But we'll see. He really shouldn't get a Battle Fury after this. I'm not really sure why he did. Hang on a second. We got ensnared down in Timbersaw. He's taking a lot of damage. He's dropping low. We have the curse coming. Is he going to drop from the curse? Yep. Drops from the Silencer's curse. And that is a decently easy kill secured by Cat. And that's going to give him hopefully a little bit more momentum in this game. But so far, there's not been a whole lot of rotations. The bot tri-lane has kind of sustained for a long period of time. There's only been that one rotation coming from the bot to help out the Kunkka, which ultimately didn't work, but nothing really occurring. And meanwhile, farming away quietly is Alchemist top lane. He's going a farming Alch. 3 points for evil, and he's got his Hand of Midas. He's third on the CS chart. He's got 27 for 2. So decent last hits, and I would say he was probably on par with the Anti-Mage, just because of the group. But hang on a second. We have a Chain Frost come out. Decently bounces, but they're going to just clean through this stuff. I can't even move that fast with my head. So, hang on a second. Back up. Kunkka threw out his ship. We had the Chain Frost go out, hit on multiple, and they're going to get the Alchemist if they're not careful with this. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, he hits it, and he's just going to die from right clicks. Nice. Well done from this team, but Templar, he's going to go down. No, wait, is he? Is he? One low right click? Yeah. He's going to fall. So a nice pickoff. Back up real quick. So it looked like the ship came from here, Acid Spray came down, but the Crystal Maiden and the Visage went down really quick to that. But hang on a second. Ice Blood, he's taking a lot of damage. Is able to get the Soul Assumption out, but he may pay with his own life. No. No, he did. He dies from the right clicks of the tower. But nice rotations. They're able to get a good turnaround in that fight. Hang on a second. Bot lane. Maximus. He's got a lot of damage coming out. Result. He's taking a good amount of damage as well, but the CM will go down as a result. Kevin. He's trying to fight against 3, but he really needs to leave. He's taken way too much damage. There's 4 heroes now down bot. So a nice momentum switch going in favor of Cat. And now, yeah, Anti-Mage, he's going to be going for that Battle Fury unless he wants casual Vanguard, which I wouldn't think he would, but it's a possibility. So there he's going to continue to push out the tower. We have the Visage with his familiars to defend. And is he going on him? Yeah, he's trying to just harass him down. And hang on, he might get him. Yeah, he does. He gets the Silencer. Great play coming out from him. And you can't sit there and fight, man. You can't fight an Anti-Mage like this. He's going to do what he can, but the Anti-Mage is just going to blink away. We're going to see a Chakram. Chakram to go. Chakram to go. Oh, here we go. Nope, he Timber Chains. Chakram goes out, misses. That's going to be the end of that initiation, so that's not going to result in the death of the Anti-Mage. OD activates his DD rune, and he's going to try and do some damage to the Kunkka. Meanwhile, on top lane, by the looks of it, the Alchemist went down to the Lich just from right clicks. And Maximus, he may go down as well just from raw right clicks. And he's going to waste his ultimate? I guess so. That's a bit much. I guess to secure the kill, but what are you going to do? Double kill up on the Lich. So he's going to have that mech very early. And it's going to give them a lot of pushing power. Meanwhile, on bot lane, TAPAH, they're just trying. They need to start pushing towers, grouping up as 5. The laning phase in this game is basically over. The Anti-Mage is getting too farmed. They've lost too many heroes. They need to rotate their supports into other lanes to try to pressure this Anti-Mage. And it looks like they're doing just that, and they're just going to melt the Anti-Mage. Rotation from the Alchemist is able to just take him out. And from that, they need to pressure these towers so they can get some kind of gold advantage over them. What are we sitting at currently for gold experience? Gold. Only 2,000. Experience, a little under 2,000 as well, I believe. No, it's a little over 1,500, almost 1,000. So not a clear victor pulling away right now. But as the anti-mage gets more farmed, he's going to become more and more scary. And hang on a second, top lane TP out. Yep, he's going to escape. Not fast enough in order to find him. And OD may be going down mid. Nope. Defensively astrals and is able to get out. But 3 heroes now pressuring on the mid tower. And anti-mage, he doesn't realize it, but he's got 2 heroes, including familiars, just waiting to kill him. And it looks like they're not going to fully commit to him. In fact, they're going to kind of be more concerned about farming the jungle. TAPAH, that is. So it looks like they might be rotating to do some kind of damage to this anti-mage. Phase is flying out for the alchemist. He's going to contest this farm. Here we go. Stun up on the anti-mage. Does it hit? It does, but it's behind the tower. So it doesn't quite do what he needs to. Hang on a second. Meanwhile, top lane, Maximus, he's taking a lot of damage. But the mech, the early mech that came out, keeps Lich alive. And they're going to be able to maintain this top lane with the Lich. He's done so much on his own. It's ridiculous. But rotation top lane, haste rune on the Kunkka. This is very dangerous for TAPAH. They need to be very careful. Likewise, OD needs to be careful in the river. He doesn't want to have to jump and run into any of these guys. The familiars scout out the Kunkka. And hang on a second, they found the Naga Siren. Does she have ultimate? No, she does not have ultimate. So she's going to go down immediately. She gets melted. Meanwhile, Alchemist went down bot lane. I did not get to see that. But hang on a second, we got initiation. Silence goes off. Are they going to try to focus on the Lich? Hang on a second, he's going to spend it. No, he doesn't spend it just yet. Frost Nova it up, and he's going to get destroyed. Just absolutely annihilated. Meanwhile, over on the side, they're going to pick off the Silencer as well. This is a great turnaround for TAPAH, and they're going to be able to push lane with this. Hang on a second. We have a jump in from the Mega Siren. She still doesn't have her ultimate, and they're just going to annihilate. Ultra kill for the Visage. And that's going to be an excellent turnaround for TAPAH. Despite their early kills, they leveled the gold. The kill lead. How's the gold? Gold's dipping fast. Experience is dipping fast. And it should go even further down because they can take tower with this. There's nothing stopping them. They really should. Because if they wait too long, they're going to have to regroup and come back. But game paused. Gonna have any issues reported? Nothing? But who's TPing in? It's the Lich TPing in right now. There's 2 heroes up here. We got a lag on the Visage. But 2 heroes up here. Naga doesn't have her sleep yet. So she can't stop counter initiation. Visage, OD could simply just astral the Lich. Crystal Maiden could just stand by with her Frostbite and they could go straight in on her. Alchemist is waiting in the wings with the Chemical Rage, so they could just kill that Lich very easily as he's TPing in, excuse me. Timbersaw, meanwhile, waiting back in base. He really should TP up there as soon as possible so he can help out his buddies. Meanwhile, on bot lane, though, Anti-Mage. He has his Claymore, he has his Ring of Health. I'm still not sure why he bought Midas and decided to go Battle Fury. Those are 2 farming items that are okay, but he really could have put that money into his Battle Fury, because if he didn't buy that Midas, he could have at least bought, he would have had his Perseverance, and would have actually had the Midas finished. Because that would have been 900, yeah, 900 gold for the Midas, and then that 900 would have given him enough for the Void Stone, which would have finished the Perseverance, enough for the Claymore. So yeah, he would have needed maybe 1 more kill, and that would have been his Battle Fury at 13-14 minutes. So yeah, questionable play with the Hand of Midas, but nonetheless, wanted it anyway. So just waiting for the Visage to solve his lag issues. That's very important to have that Visage not have any kind of lag struggles. You need to have that soul, you need to have that Grave Chill, and particularly have the micro of the familiars. You need to have no issues. You have to make sure that the issues remain untouched. And are they going to go for him? Yep. Ultimate drop by the Crystal Maiden. They're going on him, but not enough damage Didn't focus him fast enough. And the Crystal Maiden might die from this one tower attack, but she's very low. But she's going to get away, and that regen of the Alchemist is going to be able to get him out of there. But they're going to keep going. I heard a drum. No, not a drum charge. But they're going to get out of there. This Lich is looking for blood. He is charging full on towards the enemy. But not going to find anyone. So no deaths coming out of that exchange. Kunkka, he's got his Claymore, so he's going to be looking to see if he can get that Shadow Blade. Meanwhile, on bot lane, Kevin still harassing out that Anti-Mage. Does he have his... No, he's got his Void Stone, and he's got his Claymore, so... He's going to be coming up on that Battle Fury very, very soon. But meanwhile, top lane. Pressure coming to this tower. Another pause coming out. Looks like Visage hasn't fully fixed his issues. Local Rage is up on the Alchemist. He has that Acid Spray. We have 3 points in the Frostbite. We have the OD. Doesn't quite have his ultimate just yet, but he's got what he needs for a decent team fight. The problem is it's a 4 against 3 in this. Yeah. So it's going to be very hard for this team to actually, for TAPAH to actually deal with Cat's lineup. Because the Nagasaki can just set up very easy. Because you'll have the boat, you have the Chain Frost, which doesn't come back, so they're not going to have to deal with that. Which is a massive, just yes for them. But they will still have to deal with that boat. You'll have to deal with the burst damage from the Siren and the Riptide. So I would either back off. They're a little low. I would either back off or try and get one of their heroes in. Vader DC's out to fix his problems, but they are in need of the Visage, which doesn't have his... He actually doesn't have his familiars back. They're going to need their Timber Saw so, which he has 9 seconds on TP. They have Glyph, though, so they can slow it up. And this tower has decent HP. So they're going to be able to slow it down enough for the Timber Saw to come back into this game. Well, meanwhile, guys, while we have a brief pause, I am going to do some maintenance real quick. So, as you might have seen in these team fights, I was a little bit slow with the movement of the camera, and that's because I slowed down my what's it called? I slowed down my movement. So the camera acceleration, that's what I was worried about. I slowed that down because it was originally very, very quick. That's a little bit better. There we go. So now I can have a little bit more speed so I can keep up to date for you guys. But yeah, I slowed that down for common pub games because I was moving way too fast. So nonetheless, still waiting for our Visage to come back. Take a current look at the goal graph right now. So right now it's not too far off, just under 1k. And then, can't really see it right now, but it's dipping back towards the 0 mark. So both teams have actually bottomed out as far as the advantage. Early advantage going in favor of the Radiant. But then TAPAH able to get them some crucial kills, get some turnaround, be able to get those key items up. We got to push it back. However, over on Cat's side, Lich that just got farmed was able to hold a lane by himself against a tri-lane. I don't know. The fact that Lich was able to do that is a little bit strange. They should have either pulled more, got some double pulls here, maybe see if they could get a pull over here. They slowed up the Lich's levels. They didn't have so much farm going the way of Lich. Particularly the experience. That was just killer for them early on. But as much as the Lich is good, speaking of the Anti-Mage down here, he's getting close to finishing that Battle Fury. Anything in the career? Nope. So he's getting close to finishing that Battle Fury. 2 farming items up on him. He's not going to get any kind of, I guess, relevance until a little bit later. Until he gets his Yasha. Until he gets some kind of item that gives him a little bit more attack speed and just danger. Right now he's not too scary. He can be locked down. He can be bursted down. He only has 1 point in the spell shield, so he's not as scary as he needs to be just. Speaking of scary, Alchemist, he has his own Midas. He has his phase boots. He's banking about 1k. I'm curious if he'll go the Shadow build. Shadow Blade. build, we'll start with a B. But if he's going Shadow Blade or if he's going maybe an Armlet. Because I've seen an Armlet on Alchemist and I've personally built it and it's wonderful if you can tackle it correctly. Because he needs more life points. He needs to be able to stay alive in these fights against that burst damage of the Lich, of the Kunkka with his Torrent. Something like an Armlet would be pretty viable on an Alchemist. The problem right now that they're running into is they don't have a guaranteed heal. OD is going, by the looks of it, maybe a refresher. He might be going Orbit as well. He's got the Sage's Mac and Quarterstaff. So he's going for an Oblivion Staff. But could end up being, I would guess it would be a refresher orb. However, a Orchid Malevolence would not be a bad choice, particularly against someone like a Silencer or someone like a Nagasaurus who can negate that song, which, speaking of which, she has. So setup galore in their favor. But still waiting. The wonders of pub games. Meanwhile, Visage, though, I haven't seen Visage in a while. He's making almost 2K. So that's going to be a massive amount of gold in his pockets, and Visage has reconnected. But I'm guessing he's going to be going for an Aghanim Scepter on him, so he can have those 3 familiars and just be able to get that constant lockdown of whoever they need to take out. But while Visage is waiting to get his all settings together, I wanted to mention real quick, the warding in this game has been pretty good on both sides up till this point. We have a Sentry Ward, Observer Ward, and I don't think anyone has... Yep, no one has wards. So they need to reward because they're missing that vision, that critical vision. If they had a ward like here, or something, that would have given them some wraparound potential. But game will resume, and whether or not someone comes back up top here, that's going to determine how this game goes. Crystal Maiden gets tossed up in the air. We're going to be seeing it. Here we go. Initiation. Song goes off. We need TPs coming in. No one's TPing in. 4 sitting there, and they're going to destroy this Crystal Maiden in seconds. Frostbite goes on the Siren. Here we go. Backstab from the Visage. It sounds really weird to say that, but we got the boat coming out, and we have 2 dead already. Crystal Maiden's dead. OD is dead. It looks like the Visage might follow suit soon, but not before taking out the Silencer in the process. This from Visage is just on fire. 2 for 2 right now on him. The Alchemist managed to finish off the Siren, and they're looking for more right now. They should be able to take out that Kunkka. And they should get him. Are they going to get him? Nope. He's going to be able to pull him back, but he's stunned. Lots of damage coming out. And there we go, Soul Assumption to finish it off. But hang on, Chain Frost. Is that going to do what they need to do? No, he splits fast enough. Here we go. Charges up the Concoction, and he's going to die very quickly. Slows down with the Grave Chill. Is anyone coming to his aid? No, he should get out, though. He's fast enough that he's going to be able to escape. And here we go. Right into a Siren, right into the Silencer. Perfect trap. But these heroes, they're so tanky with the Gravekeeper's Cloak. And he's going to be able to deal out a lot of damage if they're not careful. He needs to run right now, though. Sanity's Eclipse goes out, though. Lich, one more right click. Doesn't quite get it, but he's going to start right-clicking down these heroes heavily. Visage, he's getting low. So is Scream. He's also very low. He's disarmed, though, from the curse. And he's not able to finish it. However, he's going to turn around, destroy the Lich, and there we go. Curse comes out. He's going to bottle up as fast as he can. Is he going to? Yep, he's still going to drop. But in the meantime, Crystal Maiden managed to take down the Anti-Mage, and this Visage is kind of out in no man's land. He's going to be able... I don't know if he's going to be able to escape this. His familiars are strong. He has Soul Assumption, and they're going to... Are they just going to leave? I don't know. This is up. Hang on a second. He's low, and he... Oh... Very close to catching the Soul Assumption. That would have been the death of that Silencer. But TAPAH coming out on the better end of the stick in that matchup. And they're going to start pressuring top tower. Finally, they need to start pressuring towers. Alchemist, he's banking almost 2k. He needs to run now. He needs to run right now because he needs to get out of there and save the gold. He's got so much gold banked right now. He can't afford to lose that. Anti-Mage is in, and he is angry. We'll see what he does. We have the Crystal Maiden coming in from behind to try to help. Alchemist, he's gone in the tree line. And he's managed to evade a lot of damage. He's actually dragging this out for a long time. He's still going to drop, but the ultimate comes out from Crystal Maiden. Just eliminates the Kunkka and the Lich, and the chase is still going. This fight's still going on. The Anti-Mage, he's going to be able to get away, but Alchemist goes down, but at the price of the Lich and the Kunkka. And the Alchemist, he bought something before he died. What did he buy? Hyperstone. He's going AC. That's a strong item coming up for the Alchemist. I'll give him even more destructive power against Cat's lineup. Have that negative armor coming into play. I don't know how much armor. 7 armor on the Anti-Mage, so he's going to have almost none by the time... Oops, sorry guys. He's going to have almost none by the time that AC comes out. But middle tower getting harassed, and it should go down. Chakram is thrown out, lots of damage dealt, and Silence comes out. Chain Frost comes through. Is it going to hit on anyone? It's on the OD, but not really anyone in particular. He gets thrown up in the air. Nice familiar stun. And Zillar, he's taking a lot of damage. Mech comes through though, keeps him alive just barely. And they're going to start pushing them back. Reactive armor, is that leveled? 1 point. And TAPAH, he's going to just go down from the Timbersaw's burst damage. Way too far out. Having none of his teammates nearby to help him out. Zillar, he's looking for blood, and they get it. They end the Crystal Maiden spree, but Visage, always a backstabber. He's coming in to try to finish people off. However, OD, he's a little bit low. Drops his sanities, lots of damage. Song comes out to cover their retreat, though. And that's going to keep any further casualties from occurring. But Iceblood, he's wanting more blood. See what I did there? But he's wanting the Silencer blood. He wants to get one of these people, but he's not going to find them because they've all retreated out. They will go back to their respective lanes. But meanwhile, on top lane, Alchemist was just pushing towers. And by the looks of it, he pushed it pretty far. And Kunkka, he's trying to get the Alchemist, but whiffed on the torrent. That Alchemist is going to be able to get away. He's going to almost have that full assault cuirass finished. He's got the plate mail. He just needs about another 1k. He'll be finished. Meanwhile, Silencer, oh, you're in trouble, man. 2 heroes stalking him in the form of the OD and the Visage, and he should die from this. Yep, here we go. Haste strewn up. Goes forward for the Astral. Is he going to find them? He doesn't have vision. There we go. Vision and Blink Dagger up on the Crystal Maiden, just waiting to finish him off, and they get the pick. Destroy. Meanwhile, Anti-Mage takes down the Timbersaw on bot lane. Just action going all over the map. But they should take this bot tower unless they feel like contesting it. 3 heroes are rotating to try to deal with it. Do they have Glyph? They don't. They still have a lot of time till Glyph, but they're here, and Visage is in through the back. He's going to get the Grave Chill initially, and he's doing a lot of damage to the Naga Siren. Ooh, excuse me, guys. She almost goes down. She's very, very low. Meanwhile, there he goes. Chain Frost comes out, bounces twice. Not a great one. Result, he's taking about half health damage. And he will back off. 4 heroes now on bot. 3 of TAPAH down here on bot, I believe. But hang on a second. Ship comes in. Alchemist, he's got a lot of damage. He almost dies with that regen. Keeps him alive. And Kunkka almost getting a solo kill, but being robbed of that. And Alchemist is able to just walk away from that. And he'll be able to return farming. And he has AC finished by this point. Meanwhile, bot lane, they're hunting down that Silencer. And this poor guy caught in the tree line. They're just going to burst him down. He throws out the ultimate defensively, but it's also ultimately going to do nothing. Meanwhile, Timbersaw is coming into the jungle, and they're in a bad position. If the Timbersaw is caught out, though, it could go in their favor. If they're able to burst him down, is he able to get him? Yep, they get the Anti-Mage. They burst him down fast enough, and now they need to leave, because they're going to be in a bad position real soon. Kevin, he's able to get away, but here we go. Turn around. Alchemist is in, and he's got his stun charged up. He hits the Kunkka, starts dealing the damage. He's ensnared up, but they're still able to hit because he's close enough. And the ultimate coming out from the CM, able to get a full team wipe, fighting in the acid spray. Cat just unable to answer TAPAH's lineup. Visage hitting his stuns, hitting his Soul Assumptions, but a great pickoff from the Timbersaw and the Crystal Maiden. If they weren't able to pick off that Anti-Mage, that fight wouldn't have been possible. So great team fight going in TAPAH's favor. They're going to be able to get tier 2s, and they may be able to go Roche after this. Nothing's stopping them. Anti-Mage is still alive, but the positioning of Cat is not in their favor. And yeah, Orchid came out for that World Devour, so it is not going to be that Refresher Orb. It is going to be that Orchid, and they really need to consider backing off. Oh, hang on a second. Song. We have setup. Do we have the Lich ult? Yeah, we do. We do not have Silencer ult, though, but here comes the ship. Ship comes through. Hits on 3, I think. Does a lot of damage, but no one's really dying just yet. Iceblood, he's staying alive just barely, but he'll go down. Familiars will kill off the Anti-Mage, but so many heroes are dying fighting in the Acid Spray. And they're going to go down. They're going to lose 4. And they're going to lose 5. All 5 heroes of Cat just getting destroyed in this fight. And that was a huge mistake on their part going in there. They got the song, they got the initiation to start, but the biggest problem is because of this Alchemist Acid Spray. They were fighting in 6 armor reduction, and TAPAH just capitalized on that. They got the Sanity's Eclipse out, and that was such a good fight. Lack of situational awareness on the side of Cat, just unable to actually get any kills, and that was crazy in the beginning of the fight. So much damage went out, but no one died just yet. But then the Visage, he had his mechanism, he had his Gravekeeper's Cloak, kept him alive long enough. And hang on a second, we got very low health up on the OD, but he defensively ensnares himself, but he will still die to the Anti-Mage. But there we go. Chase comes out. No one is being caught. They're being slowed up by that Chakram, though, and they're pursuing out this Alchemist. He's TPing. He's going to get out. He's going to get out. No. Cut down by the Anti-Mage, and he is going to be finishing up his Yasha real soon. Actually, no, never mind. Finished. Meanwhile, the Crystal Maiden gets her Eul Scepter, so she's going to have a little bit more sustainability, even more so than she already had in these fights. And speaking of big items, Visage, he's getting close to finishing that Aghanim Scepter. Meanwhile, core carry Lich on the side of Cat. He has finished up a Drum of Endurance. And meanwhile, bot lane, is Visage trying to solo this guy? Yeah, he's trying to solo him. Resummons his familiars, and he's going for the kill. He finds him, and he's doing a lot of damage with Sild. He's going to be able to blink away, and he should be able to get away. Visage can't finish him off. The Visage birds, they do so much damage at level 2. Even just level 1 Visage birds do a lot of work. Meanwhile, Maximus, he's being right-clicked down. Sild tried to use his Mana Void, didn't quite do enough damage. The Eul Scepter, hold him up in the air. Visage, he's going in. Visage, man, hang on a second. He's got major balls of steel. He's going straight in for as much kills as possible. Silence up on the Anti-Mage, and here we go. Reinitiation. Stun goes out on the Lich, connects successfully, and they're going to burst down that Lich super fast. Meanwhile, on the back end of play, Crystal Maiden gets killed by her Sild. So 1 for 1 right now, but then it's going to be a 2 for 1 in the form of the Knocker, just herp-derping her way to death. And that's going to be 2 for 1 in favor of TAPAH. Or Sild, he's going to get caught out here. He's... Oh my gosh, dude, you need to be so careful. The Orchid was up for the Outworld Devourer, and he has Force Staff now, so he's going to have the initiation of TAPAH is just huge right now. Meanwhile, tier 3s are being pressured. On tier 3s, the ranged barracks are being pressured, so they can have a full set of racks, and they're committing to this. They can just cut it down, yeah. They're going to get the ranged racks. And it looks like they're going to be going for tier 2 right now, and hang on a second. Kunkka, he's not quite in danger. He's got his Crystallis, so he's going to be able to push him back with the crits, but it's not really going to be worth a whole lot if his main carry can't follow up the damage. And meanwhile, Alchemist, he's going to stun himself, was aiming for the... Oh, hang on a second. Defensively Astral. We got the characters coming in. The Anti-Mage, he is in with a vengeance. He melts the Visage. He's going to go after the others. We have Kevin, he's going to go down at the back end of play. Meanwhile, Anti-Mage, what is he doing? Double, he's going to be killing off. Nope. It's defensively Astral, but He will go down, and Maximus will go down as well. Resild, he's still around. He's got a mega kill streak. He's trying to go up on the Alchemist, and he's not going to be able to do it alone, but he will do it with his friends, and he's on an unstoppable kill streak. And that's 5 dead for 1. So great turnaround in favor of TAPAH. Just going out a little bit too far. Great awareness, though, coming out from Cat. Able to see the stun, Alchemist stun himself, and then just capitalize on that. Even though the OD defensively Astral. Rosild, he's got his Manta style, so now he is a scary beast. And he's going to be able to push down these towers. Mech goes off, so yeah, they're fully committing to this. And Maxis, what are you doing, man? Be very careful. Just does some initial damage. Zillar, oh, he could be in big trouble. Yeah, he's going to go down. Yeah, just gets bursted down instantly. Meanwhile, up in front of the lane, they're trying to find more heroes. And Kunkka went off to the north. But they're here, and they are angry. They're charging down this lane. Trying to find that Anti-Mage. But they're not going to find him. Hang on a second. Actually, they will find the Naga Siren, though, and she's just going to get bursted down. Eats a orb to the face. So they're going to push him back. Hang on a second, Magnus. Oh, he's going to get melted down just so fast. Wow. Power of a Manta-style Anti-Mage. And now Side of TAPAH loses that big lockdown of the Crystal Maiden. However, they're still going to pressure this tower. And none of the heroes are really in a position on the side of Cat to really defend this. Yeah, Tier 2s are going to go down. Tier 3s is a potential. I would advise TAPAH really needs to back off, and they need to go for Roshan. Because they can't break high ground right now. They need an Alchemist with an Aegis. Because they can't hope to... Oh, hang on a second. As I say that, silence up on Rosild, but Song goes off. And they're in a decent position right now. Here comes the bow, and beautiful hit on them. The nice bounces, though, are able to come through. Ice Blood, he's going to get dropped. And then the Timber Saw was also dropped. And just to add insult to injury, Dyer's Courier goes down, and then Alchemist goes down. Terrible fight for TAPAH. And they may get the OD as well. Does he have a... Nope, he almost has his ultimate. And he's going to grab a Haste Rune, and he's going to be able to just run away. And then he just uses... Oh, he almost got him. He's going to get him. Nice. Great control coming out from the OD. He silenced the Anti-Mage, dropped the Sanity sign, which is the real one, and then just right-click down the Anti-Mage. A little overextension on the side of Cat. That OD reminding them that that Anti-Mage is not invincible. He is able to be killed. Speaking of not invincible, the Alchemist seriously needs more tank ability. He is lacking life points. And that's something that that's just killing him. Every fight they've been in, they haven't been able to sustain these later game fights because he doesn't have the life points. And while they have a Timber Saw with that Blade Mail, it's not going to do a whole lot in these big heated fights. And that was a mistake. In my opinion, that was a mistake trying to break high ground here with no Aegis. You need that Aegis in order to break the high ground. Unless you have 3 gone. And that's what they look like they're going to be doing right now. Going in for Roshan to get the Aegis. And Cat are none the wiser to this. Again, warding pretty good on the side of TAPAH. Decent warding on the side of Cat, but not where they need it. And Roshan will go. Drops and is picked up by the Alchemist. He's going to be looking to finish up a BKB by the looks of it. Hang on a second. What do we have for the Visage? So he's got his Ogre Club. He's got his thing. His little Alacrity. And he actually had that Aghanim Scepter coming out on the Courier. So a big win. That was a bigger win for Cat than I thought. Delayed the Visage's Aghanim Scepter. Another pause comes out from the Visage. Looks like he may be having more lag spikes. Now that we have a Visage who has Ag Scepter, it's going to be strong play, hopefully coming out from the side of TAPAH. They can finish this out. However, just as likely, Cat, they have their own items and their own carries and their own characters that are just as fun, very, very strong right now, particularly right about now. Anti-Mage is starting to hit that stride or he just becomes a total beast in the late game. It looks like he might be looking to finish up a butterfly. But Kunkka, he's got his data list, so now he hits like a truck with those crits in combination with the Tidebringer. Naga Siren, she's got her level 2 in the second Siren, so a little bit lower of a cooldown. So you can spend that out. Hopefully a little bit more freely, not as much as if you had it at a level 3. Waiting real quick. So with net worth total right now, we have the Anti-Mage leading the top of the charts. But the interesting thing is Alchemist is right behind him, just about 1k away. 1.5k away from being level with him. He's got his Midas and he has the Grievel's Greed, so he's keeping up pretty well. And then right behind him, the OD. However, right behind the OD, Kunkka. So as far as gold goes, they're trading blows pretty well. Gold graph actually much dope. Neither graph having massive advantage leads, so both teams very, very close in that regard. However, OD has a Mystic Staff. He's going to be finishing up a Hex probably in the next, like, 9-ish minutes, maybe. If he farms continuously, maybe if they find a few pickoffs. But Alchemist, meanwhile, he's got his Skull Basher, and he's going to be looking to finish up a BKB. And that's something he's missing critically in these fights. When you have people like Lich and people like the Anti-Mage who have that mana break, who have the Mana Void, and then you have people like the Silencer, having magic immunity is just incredibly important. Just so you can keep fighting even after initiation. So, top lane, looks like it's going to be pushed out by TAPAH. They're 5-manning this top lane. Considering, except for mid lane, the other lanes are pushed, it's not a bad plan. But they're committing 5 heroes to a push that, I mean, I don't know, it could do a good amount of good, but they could have other heroes in different lanes to be pushing out the other lanes. But, nonetheless, OD is farming up just to see if he can finish that Hex. And if he can finish a Hex, the silence from the Orchid Malevolence and the Hex is going to create so much control for TAPAH. They're just going to be able to burst down that Anti-Mage so fast. But, nonetheless, they're going to be farming up their own items. Naga Siren trying to get a Necro Book. Desperately trying. But they're not in any position right now. Are there TP scrolls? Yep. TP scroll there. No TP scroll on the Kunkka though. But they're going to be able to just take top lane easy. And Necronomicon 1 finished on the Naga Siren, but big item comes out for the Alchemist. He has BKB. That is big. That magic immunity is suddenly going to make this Alchemist a whole lot scarier. He's just going to be able to keep attacking even though you have heroes like the Siren, like the Silencer, just passing out their nukes. Or like the Lich, passing out his nukes. But he's just going to be able to ignore it. Just keep dealing that damage. And having that bash makes it even more amazing. Jump up, hang on a second. Nope, he missed. Wasn't quite able to catch anyone out, but they need to push in before this Aegis times out. I'm not sure, do we have a time? Aegis is going to time out soon, but Rasilnd, he buys Reaver, so he's got all hit points in this one. And they saw him. Yeah, they saw him. They know where this Anti-Mage is. And this Anti-Mage could be in big trouble. If they're able to jump him, are they able to jump him? Yep. Here we go. Blink in, jump. He blinks away, and they're trying to get the TP out. Are they going to be able to get him? Nope. He escapes. That's big for the Anti-Mage. Managed to grab a Reaver and draw the attention of the opposite team. And be able to buy even more time for his buddies to get set up and farm up their items and get whatever last things they need. No, it's not going to be a Hex. It's going to be a Shiva Guard. Interesting pickup from the OD. It's going to... I mean, it's good. But, I mean, I think a Hex would have been a little bit better in this scenario. Just all the control. Hang on a second. Song comes out. They're going to be focusing that Alchemist. He needs to pop that BKB as soon as possible. BKB pop. Yep, it gets popped. He negates most of his damage. He's starting to get some damage, but he's just starting to get bursted down. But he's still surviving, even against the Anti-Mage. He's going to go down in about 2 seconds now, though. And there we go. OD Alpha kills off 2 with with the double kill. Alchemist doesn't have his chemical rage, but he will come back into this fight. Meanwhile, Zillar, he's going to get out, but the stun is still thrown out, but 2 dead. And 1 coming in the form of the Timber Saw, and they're able to pressure this tower. Anti-Mage, he comes up, silenced up by the OD, and then he's going to get astraled. They're not going to be able to kill him, I don't think. Hang on a second. Lots of damage. But no, he's going to get away. Meanwhile, pressuring tower is the Visage and... Nope, actually, hang on a second. Visage taking a lot of damage. He's going to get bursted down. Visage drops, and now it's going to be 3 against 3, or now 4 against 3. Siren doesn't have her song back, but here we go. Raging Alchemist. He's going to have his BK up in 20 seconds. They're going to be able to start banging down this tower. Lots of damage. Acid Spray goes out. And there we go. Astral's up. Hang on a second. Here we go. There's the Frostbite, but he's still regenerating up. He's too low, though. He's going to stun himself, and he's going to die. But Silencer goes down as a retort. But here we go. Anti-Mage is in. Can they burst him down? They can, but not before they lose the OD. Kevin Spacey. He's still fighting, but he's not going to be able to get away from this quickly. He deals a lot of damage, though. He's able to kill off the Siren. And now CM rotating as fast as you can. This Alchemist doesn't have buyback, do we? So buyback in the OD. I would almost buy back on the OD at this point, just so that we could secure that mid-tier towers. But nonetheless, they will push in. I'm guessing they're going to try and finish off these racks. They don't have True Sight, though. They're not going to be able to find the Kunkka if he does anything. They really should leave now, because that fight ended up in a stalemate. I'm not really sure who benefited from that, because the Anti-Mage died. A good number of their heroes died. The Alchemist died twice. So I'm not really sure who benefited most from that fight. In the end, I'm going to say Cat, because they were able to prolong it. And actually, yeah, it was Cat, I would say, because they were able to prolong their fight, able to defend, didn't lose the tower, and now Naga's got her Type 2 Necronomicon. And they're going to be able to slow up this incoming assault. But now, they're pushing out top lane. They really can't break another Rax until the next Roshan. Which Roshan, he may spawn whenever this timer counts down, but we may get the delayed spawn. But Shivasgard finished up for the OD. He is now a beastly character. And meanwhile, on the Visage, he's got a Hood of Defiance, so he's going to pipe, which will give him a lot of stability in these fights. And if he manages to finish that pipe, in addition to the mech, he's going to have so much stability. Just able to keep all of his friends alive, and then be able to just power through these ultimates from the Lich, from the Kunkka. But hang on a second. Being initiated on. Nothing to come of it. A regeneration rune is found. And Roshan will not be spawning for a little while, maybe like another minute or so. And they're going to pressure out these lanes as far as they can, so that when that Roshan comes back, they will be ready and able to push into the lanes and finish off Cat. And this is getting a very close game. We're approaching the 38-minute mark. The Anti-Mage, he has a Heart of Tarask, so he is tanky as all get up. And he's going to need to get a damage dealing item. Something like maybe a oh, hang on a second. Wait. Before that thought, got a semi-initiation familiar taking a lot of damage. And I don't know, I don't feel like this is the right decision from TAPAH. They can't pressure this tier 1 unless they get, this tier 3, excuse me, unless they get a pickoff, which they're looking for, but they're not quite finding. Roshan will respawn soon, but I don't know. They need to be careful, TAPAH here, because that Nagasiren has her ultimate. Silencer has his ultimate. Kunkka, he's up as well. They have so many spells that can just shut them down and burst them down so fast. But nonetheless, starting to pressure into this lane. They're going to start pressuring those tier 3s. And hang on a second, we're going to see it. Oh, here we go. Song comes off. A Shivasgard coming down. But hang on, Familiars are almost killing off that Siren from the get-go. Silence goes off. They're going to immediately kill the OD. But the Naga Siren goes down as a result. Meanwhile, stun goes out. The Alchemist is still alive. He's going to start bursting out with Syl. We have the ultimate coming off the Crystal Maiden. And they're going to kill the Anti-Mage. They will kill the Anti-Mage. But in the result, We're going to be having the Alchemist dead. 4 dead on the side of TAPAH and Maximus. He's going to be the last one killed. Team wipe in favor of Cat. They were able to just turn that one around so fast. And Silencer, he may go down from the Visage birds. He's going to force after the high ground, but these birds are persistent, and he's able to get 1 kill in rebuttal. But yeah, Visage gets the kill. And Roshan just respawned. I feel like they should have gone back. They should have gone back and tried to Roche and then done that. Because they were able to kill the Anti-Mage. And they were able to keep that Alchemist alive. But if that Alchemist had Aegis, that would have been Rax. That easily would have been Rax. They would have been able to take another 2 kills maybe. Gone for some more. Hopefully close out the game, but the game will go on. And the longer this game goes, the more powerful the Anti-Mage comes. And that's just scary. And Anti-Mage is always one of the most terrifying carries for me to see get farmed. Just because he's so strong and he becomes just an absolute monster. Timbersaw, he will ward up the Roshan pit just in preparation. And that's what their next priority should be. Anti-Mage is dead for another 8 seconds, and yeah, they look like they're making a beeline straight for the Roshan pit. And then go straight for the Rax, just finish it. However, Cat should sense this. And the problem though is Cat has no wards. They have 1 ward here. They do not have any Roshan wards. So, yep, here we go. Starts up on Roshan and starts with the negative armor, negative 12 armor. So this Roshan's just going to get pummeled. And he will go down immediately. Rotation comes out, starts, but not fast enough. Pipe. Finished on the Visage. That's big. That is a big item that needed to get finished. Hang on a second. Timbersaw. Go into the high ground to try to find the Anti-Mage, but will not find it. And it looks like they're going to be going into the bot lane. However, Alchemist, he's way far out. Away from his teammates. He's going to be rejoining soon. But here we go. This is going to be the Death March. They look like they're going to be going in through the lane that has the Mega Creeps, so they can have that in their favor. And then maybe rotate. But Smoke of Deceit. 3 Smoke of Deceits coming out for the Dire side. And Scream, he needs to be careful. The initiation is on the side of Cat. They have the Naga Siren right now, which has her Necronomicon. But they need to be so careful. Chakram's thrown out just for a little warning shot off the bow. They're going to start pushing up. Alchemist, he's backing off. He really needs to stick around with his partners. Now he's just going to get whatever farm he can. Grab what intel they can. Right now, TAPAH just trying to find an opening. They're looking for the chink in the armor. Meanwhile, Anti-Mage, though, he just farms away. He's going to take tier 2 at this rate. They need to go into the base now while Anti-Mage is gone. They have Glyph? Yeah, they do. They need to go in now. Pop the Glyph. Pop the Glyph. Nope, they're going to let it go. So smoke and go. Oh, this is so smart. They smoke and go. Blink, blink, blink. Any kind of blink? Nope. Song goes off. Here we go, though. Naga Siren immediately killed off. Here comes the Anti-Mage, though. He jumps in. He's not able to get any kills, though. But he's getting able to kill the Visage. The Sanity's Eclipse goes down. And then a Dagon looks like it was thrown out. Kills off the Crystal Maiden. And this is not looking good at all for TAPAH. However, if they're able to call off the Kunkka, it will. Yep, they get the Kunkka. And Aegis still hasn't been expired at this point. The Familiar's still sticking around, waiting for any kind of damage. And Alchemist comes back. He has 10 seconds till his Chemical Rage comes back. And he should get bursted down before anything happens. Yeah, he's going to get killed off. He drops to him. But meanwhile, Chakram comes out. Familiar's being microed about, trying to find something. But the Anti-Mage is able to get another huge amounts of kills. Kills the OD and the Timbersaw. And that's what I'm talking about. But the Anti-Mage monster. The Anti-Mage becomes so scary in the late game just because of his items, because of the mana break. Oh, it's just terrifying. And now they've hit critical mass now. Cat have hit that point where Anti-Mage is scary, and it's scary to the point where he can just basically run around killing off towers, starting to pressure tier 3s. And Cat needs to use this momentum now and go for racks, go for those big kills. And again, going back to the OD, choosing to buy the Shivas over the Hex, I feel was a big mistake. You need more lockdown with this anti-mage. Otherwise, you run a massive risk. And the risk isn't paying out for him. So right now, current edge, Cat, I would say. Their team fight in that last game, they proved their team fight is better. TAPAH's control is good, but team fight is better. Oh, big item though coming out. Abyssal Blade coming out for the Alchemist. That is a big item, and BKBs across the board coming out for the supports and the core. So these, while that fight didn't go well for TAPAH, they're still in the game. As weird as that sounds, they're still in the game. Despite the just ridiculous power of the anti-mage, the items are coming out for TAPAH's side. That big... Oh, hang on a second. Kevin? Taking some damage, getting pushed out. Hang on a second, top lane. Meanwhile, initiation. Lots of damage coming out. But they managed to kill off the Kunkka. And the Alchemist lived. That's big. Showing off the Abyssal Blade. Able to kill off the Kunkka, and they should be going for this now. They need to be going for the finisher. They need to be grouping up, go for those tier 3s. I need to find my thing here. And finish it. Because they have their BKBs. They have fresh BKBs. 10 second. Just lovely BKBs. However, Basher just finished for the anti-mage. Roshan isn't coming back in a while, so it doesn't make any sense to leave. And yeah, they're going tier 3s. They need to start. There we go. BKB comes off. Soul Summon Flash News. Watch for Seld. Let's see what he does. But hang on a second. They're still fighting the BKB form. And hang on a second. Bounces come through. Does some decent damage. Sanity's Eclipse goes out. But there's no one dying just yet. OD drops though. And now Siren drops as well. And there's the ultimate of the Crystal Maiden. They're going to get Reselled. Here we go. That's the power of that Abyssal Blade. But he's going to die. Both big carries go down. 3 still alive on the side of TAPAH. 3 now alive for the anti-mage. He's going to jump back in and try to get these kills. And just finish mopping up these characters. Tries to kill off Kevin. He gets a lucky bash. Kevin, where's this? Nope. Doesn't get out. 4 for 4 and a buyback. So I'd say that favored Chipley, very Chipley, in favor of TAPAH in some cases. Showing off their BKBs. Getting a tier 3 tower. And this game is just getting... This game is so strange. Because they're starting out... The team fights are starting out good in favor of TAPAH. And then it's kind of just jumbling around. And then eventually kills are made. But Anti-Mage, he's going all out. He's trying to get the finisher. And he isn't going to get it because he has to fight backdoor regen. But he's going to stop this wave. But this is a little bit gutsy for the Anti-Mage. I don't feel like this is the right decision. He needs to leave. And just apply the pressure and leave. Forced to buy back from the Timber Saw, which is nice. But TAPAH, they need to finish this game. Roshan's not going to spawn for maybe like another minute and a half or so. But they need to finish this game as soon as possible, because the longer this game goes, the more farmed this Anti-Mage becomes. And hang on a second, we may have something coming on here. Got the OD, he astraled up, asked him up. Here we go, Shiva's Guard goes out. We don't have any kind of returns though. Nothing happens. Range tracks stay alive. And here we go, 5 manning again. They can't fight this. They really can't fight this. They have to have Aegis. And in the meantime, Anti-Mage becomes even more farmed. He's going to be going for that butterfly. Add some evasion to his already ridiculous tank. Is the Alchemist going for anything? He really should get Monkey King Bar or some kind of big item. Because he needs that big damage dealing item. He already deals a good amount of damage, but he needs more. That or go tank. Get a Heart of Tarask. So that he can live through these fights. But yeah, grouping up top lane again. This is, I don't know, questionable play. Questionable play from TAPAH. They need Aegis, in my opinion. Otherwise, this anti-mage, he doesn't have buyback, I don't think. Let's see for a second, does he? He doesn't have 3 minutes till buyback, so if he dies, he is dead. And that could go swing massively in the favor of TAPAH if they're able to keep their Alchemist alive. But nope, doubling back. Park the familiars on the side here. It looks like they're trying to go for some sneaky play to get the ranged racks, but none of the sort will happen. They probably will end up feeding the rest of these familiars. Except for the one, which they are determined to get. Good lord. A lot of commitment for a familiar. 2 minutes to respond till 2 minutes till Roche. So go the short end of the stick. Got the longer timer. They're going to have to wait until that Roshan comes up. Butterfly completed. Anti-Mage has now basically hit critical mass. Aside from Abyssal, which if he gets Abyssal now, he is going to be absolutely terrifying. But he is fully bought out for this. If he dies, the game is over. But if they're able to kill the Alchemist before the Anti-Mage dies and keep a good majority of their heroes alive, they may be able to push, and they'll prolong this game even more so. But we're coming up soon on the 60-minute mark. And this Roshan, I believe, is the third Roche. So that means that Aegis and Cheese is going to be a factor the teams are going to have to consider. But lots of gold coming out from the Alchemist. What did he buy? He's buying Reaver. Yep, he's buying that Abyssal Blade. That is the correct decision for Alchemist. He now has tons of armor. He's got lots of right-click up potential. And he will have survivability. So now, all comes down to his Roche. Roche will be the deciding factor of this game. But in the meantime, characters like Anti-Mage will continue to farm. Dual Necronomicons coming out for the Dire side. Interesting choices. They have more push potential coming out. But Heart completed. Going to be flown out to the Alchemist. He sold his Midas. So he is now 5 slotted. He is missing one more item, and he will finish completely. But hang on a second. Smoke. Where's the Roshan? Roshan is going to be spawning. Oh, they're so close. If they wait maybe another minute, Roshan will spawn. However, if the Dire side... Yep, nope. Perfect timing. Roshan is back. This is critical. If they're able to get the Roshan, that's Aegis and Cheese. However, are they going to sniff it out? They might sniff it out. It's literally happening right there. Are they going to sniff it out? They won't. Alchemist is in a good position, though. And Roshan has now been fallen. They're going to go for it. Aegis still hasn't picked up. Aegis, 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 Aegis. Picked up by the Kunkka. He's going to try and get out of there with the Aegis. Silence goes off, but they will get 2. As a result, buybacks. They have it on both, I think. Yep, they have buybacks on both. And did they manage to get the cheese? Who managed to get the cheese? It was the Siren. Siren managed to grab the cheese. Kunkka managed to grab the Aegis. That is critical for TAPAH. 2 buybacks are available on the side of Cat, and they will use them. Yep, there's 1 buyback, and there's the second. Now TAPAH cannot push in. They really should not push in unless they're able to get a surprise team fight that is able to kill off a majority of the supports. They cannot push in. And they know it. They back off. They respect the Aegis and Cheese. This is just getting a long stalemate. One of the longer games that have gone on here on this channel. Don't know if it's the longest. I'll check later. But now it's still the waiting game. Farm and wait. Farm and wait. Farm and wait. I apologize, guys, for not having the most entertaining stuff, but what you gonna do? Some pub games are like this. However, TAPAH, this has been one of the most back and forth games I think I've ever seen in a pub match. Just both teams trading blow for blow, really throughout the game. I mean, it's been spiking in and out. And we're back basically to a 0-point margin on around both. 2,000 gold, but I mean, at this point, it doesn't really matter. But no Necro books. No extra Necro books, or extra levels, I should say. So still just level 1 Necro. But they need to farm. Or they need to look for pickoffs. They need to smoke and look for pickoffs, which it looks like they're doing. They have the smoke. Yep, there it is. Smoke and go. They have no vision, though. That's critical for them right now. They have no vision on the spot of the anti-mage or on the spot of anyone else. And this might be a bait. Oh, this is a bait. This is absolutely a bait. And they might take it full hook, line, and sinker. Kunkka, he's top. They know the OD is here. They just don't know where the rest of the team is. And Kunkka, is he going to try? Yes. He's taking the bait. Popped up. Nope. Boo. That's big. That's big. BKB pop. Little nervous. But now that brings it even lower. 8-second BKB, which is decently long still, but not long enough. Not as long as he'd like. But OD finished up his own heart. So now he is ultra tank. And these heroes are just becoming very, very strong. Very, very tankable. But they're just waiting for a pickoff right now. They're trying to find someone too far out who's not keeping track of their positioning. They're not going to find one. They may come across some of these heroes in mid. And Visage, he sees them in mid on the high ground. Sees them. Will not go for him, though, and 4 here. Are they going to go for the base trade scenario? Oh, they might be going for base trade. Yeah, this is a base race scenario. 5 are going up. They can't backstab this. Radiant's... Oh, what was on that? What was on that? Okay, just TP scroll. But hang on a second. Who has TPs? Oh, no one. Does no one have TPs? Only Lich. This is base race. This is a base race, and they're going to lose. They're going to majorly lose. They can go straight for tier 4s at this point. They have to go through that stuff. So 1 tower is down. This is going to be close. Radiant is... The fortifications are used for both sides. And here we go. 1 TP comes back, and they're going to start wailing on this. 1 went back. It was the Timbersaw, and they're going to start wailing on it. But over on the other side, it's too late. GG, well played. Amazing. TAPAH coming back. Seeing the base race opportunity, and they take it. Base trade. And TAPAH comes out of it. Excellent play coming out from both teams. What a fast end to that long game. Wow. Well, guys, that was long. That was incredible, but a successful, exciting end. Very, very interesting. Alright, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next